Thank you very much, Coach. Yeah, my name is Angga. I'm is the lead program for the sustainable commodity from WWF Indonesia. But in the same times, during the 2019 until 2022, I am a lead for the SGP project. Yeah, in WWF Indonesia, we just develop for the program, so not project based. So one person can lead at least 1 until 3 projects to develop with the continuing of the sustainability. Yeah, thank you very much. I hope the presentation can informative and constructive. This picture is the showing about the what is Indonesian doing about the sustainable consumption and production. This is the smallholder for the upstream level, and then this is the collaboration with the Thailand team to about the agriculture sector contribution for the NDC, and then this is about the consumer awareness, and then the last is we're talking about the community. So this is the comprehensive what we want to show in what we want to achieve in the sustainable consumption and production in the Indonesia. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is the background because in the previous presenter or the people like the UF or the Dr. Lup also already mentioned that the deforestation. Yeah, what is the specific unique for the Indonesian project? In Indonesia, that our target is the revise that the NDC contribution include the palm oil sector. Because why the palm oil sector is important, I think in the many study and then also research that the palm oil is like have the image for the one key of the driver deforestation. This is the language from the West, US or the Europe, but in our country we trying to strengthen and also to enhance the government of the palm oil. And then Indonesia is the a biggest producer from palm oil. At least we contribute around the 40 or the 30 until 40% for the palm oil. And then in the same times, Indonesia also the biggest consumption, at least 8 until 10 million ton per year. Yeah, this is also like I mentioned that the palm oil can contribute for the deforestation if there is conversion from the natural forest. And then we also increase the domestic market collaboration with the private sector to comply with the sustainable consumption and then also align with the SDG. Why domestic market? Because like I mentioned that the palm oil in Indonesia is the bigger production, but in the same time we also the biggest consumption. So market in the domestic also potential to we can explore and then to we give awareness that the sustainable palm oil, I bring the sustainable palm oil, this is the product under IKI-SCP project. This is with the labeling, only one in Indonesia we have this product. This is also contribute from this project. And then the fourth point is the taking action with the community. So number one, we work with the government. Number two, with the business. I think this is still same the pillar for the SCP. And then number three, we work with the community. Yeah, this is I just showing that the consumption for the RSPO product, as you know that the RSPO is still labeling for the eco label until EUDR release, but because the EUDR doesn't mention about where is the certification. EUDR is not about the certification. EUDR is about the deforestation and also about the polygon or the due diligence. So number one is still China. I think China is our target market for the palm oil, and then in the same times the RSPO also the biggest in China, India, and also Indonesia. Indonesia is very small, only 2%. We use the RSPO certification, and where is the remaining? Go to the US, go to the Europe as the big and then the demand country. Yeah, this is the in the behind is our analysis with the global team that the Malaysia and Indonesia is the key producer for the palm oil, and then also this is the key consumer is number one in Indonesia, number two is India, and then number nine is the EU. Number three, I mean, is 9% for from to EU. Yeah, this is the pillar. I think I not need repeat because the government, business engagement, and also the campaign and community. Yeah, what is the result for the project? At least 3 years. At least that we already done with the 5 research about the sustainable consumption and production. This is related the NDC, and this is very comprehensive research because as you know that the Indonesian government is very sensitive if talking about the deforestation and then the increase of the target NDC. I think this is similar with the another developed country, but yeah, we want to stand with our position. That's the message from Indonesian government. And then also research about the business and then consumer. At least already published with the 5 research, important and then significantly impact. For the webinar or the awareness discussion and also webinar, we have 30 serious webinar. And then this is the important thing that we have the 9 company commit to implementation about the sustainable consumption and production. There is the sign in the letter and develop action plan how to the implementation of the sustainable consumption. And at least what is the project contribute? We contribute for the policy to policy action related NDC and also about the certification. And then the last is the 60 publication communication outreach and about the sustainable palm oil. Yeah, this is the main activity we already done in the government engagement. We already finished with the conduct research. At least we give the recommendation for 6 recommendation from the NDC. Number 1 is about the intensification. So we promote that the Indonesia is need intensification for the palm oil. We not need extensification. And then number 2 is about the mix. We propose to mix about the plantation and also the farming, and then also incentive and then smallholder data. And then point number 2 is the collaboration action with the local government. This is another strategy we develop based on the project because in the beginning of project we have the challenge to approach the national government. So we trying to find another championship for the government. So we find the West Java government. They have the commitment to implementation for the SGP. Again, in Indonesia, SGP is the difficult language to share with the government or the stakeholder because not many stakeholders understand about the SGP or the food system. And then business sector, I think, we already have the strengthening business platform, collaboration with the IBCSD and also with the Accenture. And then 9 company have commit again, and then we launching the Super Indo product. This is the cooking oil. And then this picture is the process how do we develop the sustainable guidance sourcing. We develop it together with the company because we doesn't want just developed by WWF and then company just use. We want this document is ownership also by the company. So we develop is like the together participative. And then the last is the campaign and community. This is the collaboration SGP in the in the 7 big company, in the 7 city, at least involved for the 2,300 people, young millennial. This is young people. Old people we not calculate, but we just calculate for the young people. And then the last before end of project, we conduct the final hybrid exhibition because in the same time, SCP closing in the COVID situation. But we want to have the impact, so we conduct the hybrid exhibition. Yeah, this is the this is the contribution of the SGV in the communication and outreach. We elaborate all with the many actor and also the many stakeholder, and then this is the important thing. We present that the SGP in the bank, because in the same things in my program we have connection between upstream, downstream, but in the middle we intervention institutional financial. So in institutional financial we promote the sustainable consumption, include the sustainable palm oil. So this is we present and give the training for the bank manager and analyze to promote that. Yeah, I think I will be stop here and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anga. That was very, very interesting, and also sometimes I think not so easy in Indonesia to work on this topic. So huge respect to you and your team for reaching a lot of successes and working and being adaptive, right? Working with West Java instead of the national government. So you had to adapt during the project, during the program, and you did that very great. So are there any questions for the Indonesia component? No. I have one question on, you mentioned working with the communities, but more on a city level, am I correct? You mentioned the 7 cities. Maybe you can just say 1 or 2 sentences on what was this about.
Yeah, the 7 city is like the major city in the West Java, in the Java and also Sumatra and also the Kalimantan. This is the different island, and we doing collaboration with the community. As you know that in Indonesia, we have the community platform. We call it the 8 hour. At least in the total in the each city is around 500 people, young people, again below of the 35 years old. So this is very young people, and then there is help us like this conduct the podcast. We not use the popular artist or the popular actor. We just use the young people to emphasize, because this is, we believe that if they can transfer the message and the language with the same frequency. In Indonesia, young people is very bigger, and then this is the potential. So based on our impact in the end of in the last of the project, we make the impact measurement of the study related awareness, and then the awareness sustainable consumption and also production and sustainable palm oil increase in the at least 30%. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. So yes, Camila.
Normally, when we have cooperation, when we receive the support of the donors, they want to solve many of the issues that affect them in terms of the supply chain. How was to change the approach to the local market, and with who you think is the key stakeholders that we should, because the companies maybe are the same, but they're not willing to do the change. So I don't know, what do you learn about that, to focus on the local market, and what kind of advice can you give us, because we're going in that same path?
Yeah, thank you, Camila. I think this is the important question. Again, I just must say thanks for my team, because in my team, in the downstream company, we have the two team. One focus in the domestic market, and then one focus with the multinational company. This is correlation with the demand country like US, UK. We engage them. And then the opportunity is back, like in the previous my presentation, that we have the potential market biggest. And then the second is that in the first project we developed study. It is the Indonesian consumer aware and want with the eco-label product or not. And then the result question, they aware and want. Even the product is expensive. At least $1 maximum is they won't pay about that. But the next problem after that is where we can buying the eco-label product. So that's I can say that this is just output, this project. We collaboration with the big retailer to produce the eco-label product to consumer can buy, Indonesian consumer. That's the one thing. And then who is the key actor? The key actor again, we cannot work together for this project. Again, we need the collaboration with the government, because now we also focusing about develop incentive and disincentive in national level. Even we now trying to reach out incentive with the EU, because EUDR process also this is effective for the my smallholder, for our smallholder, now my smallholder. So government is the important. Second is the private sector also, because doesn't want change, because the sustainability is very expensive. They are understand about that, and then very difficult to selling the sustainable product, right? Because they are thinking no consumer want to buy it. But sometimes in the other like the developed country like Indonesia, we cannot compare our country with the EU or the US, but we can find that the consumer want to buy it, even this is expensive. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Very good question.
Maybe I can add a comment, because maybe it's interesting actually to the audience to see how these projects also worked and how we had to adapt, and there was a lot of adaptive management in all the components. But maybe just as an example, I remember like for a long time I was communicating with your colleagues in the communication sector about or even in the cooperation with the corporate sector. So how we're going to go about putting these products to market then, or maybe especially promoting them due to their sustainability. And the idea was always to get especially these online platforms that there are already, for online purchasing, to put in a special section maybe on sustainable products. Now we reached out to all of them, and yeah, they never said no, sorry, we don't want it, but it never materialized. So in the end, the team had to adapt, and they founded their own marketplace. Basically, you see it at the very top left corner there. So that was the one, adaptive management solution, and they are still working on this marketplace. So that's something that continuously grows. That's just one example of how we had to, there was adaptive management. The solution is actually, or the outcome in the end is great. It's just, it takes adaptation, and it takes being flexible about the outset of the tools that we thought we would use.
Thank you, Tanya. But the last, I think I just want to mention it, Dr. Ulf, that the IKI-SCP project from Asia country until the South country, this is it's unique. Comprehensive information and comprehensive output. I think maybe sometimes, another country or another project also can learning by us, or we can also happy to exchange with that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.